Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about hostess plans, and I have two options for you that are going to help you be a super success. Honestly, I'm going to give you three options. Let's up it to three. But they're all very similar and they're very specific for you to use. So if you are new in our unit, you probably have taken and completed your new consultant training and graduated from new consultant training. If you're not new, or you are and haven't done that, that is your number one priority. It's 4 weeks. The videos are on our YouTube channel. We also do some of them live. It's going to go over the basics of what we have. So let's talk about how do we reward customers? How do we reward hostesses? And then how do you figure out all their discounts? We're going to walk you through it today, make it real simple. So what I love to do when I'm originally calling, I'm a brand new consultant, calling my contact list, I do one of two things. I will either offer them a half price item or a $10 gift card for free product. Never both, one or the other, okay? And then I offer them an additional half price item or $10 in free product for every friend that they can bring. And they can have like up to 5. So that would give them like 5 or 6 half price items, and that would give them up to $50 or $60 in free product for getting me in front of like 5 people plus them, okay? Now, in our script that's in our new consultant packet, you will see that. It talks about the power script right out the gate, talks about that you have a $10 gift card reserved just for them. Okay, so that's the script I use when I'm calling to book people right out of the gate, because I want to get my practice in, I want to learn how to use the products, and I want to give a little to get something in return. That's very important. Now, a couple of key things to remember. When you're booking people, whether it's a facial or a double facial or a guest-to-a-guest event or a party, you want to make sure that you're always checking with them that A, they don't have a Mary Kay consultant already. And a great way to ask that is, hey, so when was the last time you tried Mary Kay? Gives you some idea if they've ever experienced it, or if it was like decades ago, or if it was just last week. Okay, it's like a polite way of kind of finding out. The other thing you want to find out is the people that they're inviting, let them know that they want to be 18 or older and not have a Mary Kay consultant themselves to count for that $10 or to count for that half price item. Now, are people under 18 welcome? Absolutely. We always say the more the merrier, and you might have mother and daughters, but to truly count for you, for your business, you want them to be 18 or older and to count for that free item, that half price item, or the $10 gift card, okay? So that's a couple of pro tips for you. So when I'm starting out, that's kind of how I started. And I just got my feet wet, right? Now at those appointments, my goal was then to leverage myself and the product line to get them to another appointment or to another booking or to another party. Okay, so every time you have an appointment, your goal is to get them to their next appointment. Okay, just like when you go into a doctor's office. My dermatologist is a great example. I go in every 6 months. So I don't leave without booking my next 6-month appointment, right? Or he might have sold me on some new services or needs to see me sooner, and so I'm booking my 6-month and maybe something to come back in a couple months for something totally different, okay? Same thing with my hair salon, right? I don't leave my hairstylist without booking my next appointment. And in fact, if she has like some new kind of service or a waxing service or like a blowout that I want to do, I'll probably book that too. Okay, so I want you to think about your business in the very same way. So at every appointment, your goal is to book at least 2 more future appointments. Okay, so at a party, you have more people, it's easier. At a facial, you might only get 1 because you have 1 person there. But the referrals that you get, and can kind of make some relationships with her about who else does she know, you might be able to get some leads or referrals that will lead you to that second appointment that you didn't get to book because there was only 1 person there. Really important. More appointments on your books is vital, because if our date book is empty, our business is going down the tubes. Okay, we want to make sure we have lots on our date book. A full date book means you have a growing, healthy business, and you'll always have sales coming in. You'll always have team members coming in. All right, so at this first appointment, whether it's a facial or she invites a few friends, I'm then going to let her know that this is the first of a few appointments that she gets with me for free. That's right. This is the first of a few appointments you get with me for free. Isn't that kind of cool? You actually get 2 additional more free appointments And I say that you actually get 2 additional free appointments. So today we're focusing on like beginning stuff because I'm trying to get to know your skin, you're trying to get to know me. But at our next appointment, you will get to choose between a spa session or a glamour session. And it's totally up to you, but you can share it with friends and automatically earn a free product. Isn't that exciting? And of course, like if I shake my head and say that, they're all gonna shake their heads and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. So what are my next appointment options? Well, it's either a spa or glamour. And if you haven't heard how I properly close with my famous 3-question close, make sure you watch that video next so you can see how I wrap it all up in this cute little package at the end and I'm booking everybody, okay? Now, the goal again is to get at least 2 appointments booked, right? So I'm often gonna reference that a few times. Like after we try the skincare, that's probably when I'll first say, no, guys, this is your first of a few free appointments. As a matter of fact, you get 2 more free appointments with me. And we can choose more glamour or more spa. So this is just a taste of what we have to offer. But oh my gosh, if you enjoyed this, wait till you try our spa class. And then when we get to the glamour portion and the foundation portion, I'll kind of remind them again, like, guys, remember, this is just the intro to what we have with foundation. This is like our CC cream. We have so many other options. And like, if you want, one of our next appointments can be a perfect match foundation class. Okay. And then again, the glamour, I will say again, oh, isn't it fun? Guys, it says starter colors. So just remember, like, again, if we choose glamour, and remember, you could do both. Heck, you could do all 3. We can do more with glamour. We have so many more fun classes to learn. Okay, and to teach you. So this is just like your intro to Mary Kay, an intro of what I have to offer for you. And just think like all this free stuff you can get with friends. See how I'm like romancing and I'm building that as I go. So that's a really important part. So that way, when I book my appointments or my parties, they're just like super easy. It's natural. It's the next step. So now, what do I offer them? Well, how do they earn a free product? So there's 2 hostess plans, right, from this point on. So when you're brand new and we're calling people initially, we're leveraging a $10 gift card or half price item, right? And then we're leveraging that they invite a few friends to get a bigger gift card, to get a couple more half price items to help you practice and train. At that appointment, then you're going to talk about how you have parties and appointments and you leverage that they get 2 free more, right? Okay, now what is the benefit of those? Well, let me show you. So this is the company hostess brochure. You can buy this on section 2. I want to say they're like maybe like $1.50 for 10. They're very, very inexpensive. I like to order these because I don't have to worry about printing it up. I make sure I always have at least 2 of these on hand, like 2 packs, so I have 20. Because just because I hand them out, remember, not everyone that says they're going to book holds. Right? So I'm probably, if I want 10 appointments on my books, I need to be willing to give 20 of these out to everybody. On the back, there's a place where I can put my label, the same label I put on my lookbook. So that's all my contact information. But inside, it shows you our gorgeous products. It has this amazing chart, okay? And so this is our party chart, okay? And so basically how this works is that the more in sales and the more parties that we book from that next appointment with her or that party she's going to hold, she gets more free product. So it's super simple. So at the end of her party or her appointment, we're going to add up all her sales. And so it says 200, 300, 400, 500. Do I go above that? I absolutely do. I have a lot of $1,000 parties, so I keep going up higher, right? But I either give her 10% in free product if we have no parties booked, which I don't want to talk about that because if we talk about that, then that happens. I talk about the final option, right? So 10% for no parties, 15% for 1 party booked. I talk about 20, and that's all I talk about. I say when we get 2 parties booked, you max out on all your free product, and it's going to give you 20% of everything people purchase back to you in free product. Isn't that exciting? So at the end of her party, I'm actually going to add up all of her sales tickets from her outside orders, from all the friends that were there, and I'll add them up. And then I'm going to multiply them by 0.20, okay? That's going to give me 20%. Now, I add up the final cost. So like if a customer got a special and she got $10 off or something, or one of the specials on our closing sheet, it's the final total of what she paid me. That's what I add up, okay? So I add all that up, all those tickets up, and then I figure out how many parties we have booked. And this is a really important part, because if I don't have any parties booked, I might say to her, well, we should probably talk about when we want to book your next fun session, because I know you did like spa tonight, but maybe you want to do glamour too. I wasn't quite sure, because I don't want to just assume she's not booking. She's probably your best source for another booking. Okay. So, and then I might say to her, well, you know, I kind of wanted to book with Anne, but we didn't get a chance to book her date. What do you think? Do you think she's someone who would be interested? Like, I'm working with my hostess. So if I've totally messed up at my party, I didn't get any parties booked, I'm kind of going through her and getting her opinions of who would be good to book a party or appointment, or maybe who might have said something to her. Because again, I want to get two. My job is to get 2 bookings so she gets 20% of everything we sold that night back to her in free product. Okay. Now, the second option, it's not in here, okay, but it is on the hostess guide form that I have on our Facebook page. So I'm going to pull this up to you. So we're going to go, first of all, if you didn't know this, this is our Facebook page, okay, our More Million. You can actually go right in here to this little area and click like a keyword, like I typed in hostess, and right here this came up and said, hey guys, this is the hostess packet I use. You can click on this, and it's actually going to take you to the post, and right there is a PDF, okay? Now let me pull up that PDF for you so you guys can see that. And this is the hostess packet. I started using this one when I was new because it really gave me more information, and I can print them as I needed them. I also like that these are customizable, so I can put in the details of her party. It gives her tips for a great party, which really is just as good as tips for me, because I need to read those to her and coach her on that. That's what we should be coaching them on. Okay, gives a great script for her to text out to her guests and what to say when she calls them. It has a great place for her to write a wish list and a guest list. Okay, and then right here again, it shows you our option plan. Right there in front of you is the same little chart that's in the one you can buy on Mary Kay in Touch on section 2. But I also like this because option 2, no matter what your party sales are, okay, with total orders of $75 or more, get $40 off, okay? This is a backup plan. This is the backup plan. So as long, and here's what I require, okay, that in order, that as long as, no matter what happens, no one needs to buy a thing, but as long as they have 2 guests over the age of 18 who do not have Mary Kay Beauty Consultants already, they will at least get $75 of product for $35. Okay, so that way it takes the pressure off them if there's someone who's worried that their friends may not be into it or may not buy, or you know, they think they have to have 20 people to have a party. That's not true. So this is another great option. So again, how I would do this real simply is as long as she had 2 guests there, and if we had a little bit of sales or no sales, whatever, as long as they were 18 and didn't have a Mary Kay Beauty Consultant already, I would then have her pick out all the things that she wants to get. And as long as she's buying $75 in retail or more, I will just subtract $40 in the discount section of her receipt. And then I'll factor 6% sales tax on the leftover amount. And that's what she'll owe me. Okay, so this is an awesome hostess plan. So when you're in a full party situation, you may want to take a look and see which plan is better for your hostess. So at the end of the party and the guests are leaving, I'm kind of adding up her sales tickets. You know, if she only sold like $50, right, and I only got like 1 booking, that would be 15% of $50 sold. So that's not really a lot of money. She would be better served by doing the 75 for 35. So I will present her both options. She can pick which one. Okay, but again, guys, here's the key thing. Her hostess order does not count towards her sales unless like she's close to hitting 500, and like that's why if you add everything up, you're like, oh my gosh, you're like only $50 away from hitting the $500 level, and we have 2 parties booked. Did you want to spend $50 so that you get to the next level, so that way you can get the full $100 in free products? Because if you look on the chart, it shows that. So again, like adding this up and like playing a chess game with yourself a little bit to see what's going to give her the best is going to help you get more sales, and it's going to help you have a great results for your hostess. And then on the flip side, if the party was like, you know, not super successful, you know, she still gets rewarded with a 75 for 35. Now, what if she doesn't want anything? I mean, that very rarely happens. But every once in a while I'll have someone who just says, well, I just want these two things. And I'll say, well, great. You know, then we go with whatever works better for that. If they're not willing to spend the 75 or pick out 75 to get the minus 40, then you're going to put them on the other plan, because that just is a shame. They're going to have to pay 35. It may not make sense, right? So again, the key, guys, is all in the coaching. It is to help your hostess feel comfortable, knowing that our amazing hostess plan, the one that gives her 10, 15, or 20%, of course, you're always going to talk about the 20% back. As long as she has 2 women over the age of 18 who do not have Mary Kay Beauty consultants already, that's key and crucial, okay? And then you're going to let her know that there's a backup option in case like only 2 people come, that's okay. In case no one buys a thing, that's okay. You want to make this easy peasy and just relax her, let her know you got her and that you're hooking her up and you have her best interest at heart and mind. Okay, so those are our 3 hostess plans from when you begin to start like getting practice appointments, and then you start booking parties, and the 2 options you have with that. So I hope that really helps. Again, I think just as a quick rundown, you're always going to follow the sales ticket. So if you, when in doubt, write up your sales ticket and then, you know, add everything up in full price. That gives you your full subtotal, right? And then you're going to apply any discounts. Okay, so whether it's hostess credit that she earned or the minus 40 for the 75 for 35, and then what's left over, you're going to charge 6% sales tax on, or whatever sales tax is in your state. Okay, and that's how you figure it all out. Again, you close with your hostess last so that you can leverage and see where we are. Many times I have said, oh my gosh, you're only 50 bucks away. And she's like, oh, I think I might have an outside order coming in. Let me take some books and samples. And like, we'll brainstorm and I'll be like, you know, if you could get a couple outside orders, I'll incentivize her. I'm like, I'll even throw in an extra half price item for you. Because again, like the more outside orders I can get, that's more people I can network and meet with. And that's more benefit for her. That's more sales for me. So that end of the party, have that quiet time with your hostess. I will say if you have like a crazy fun party, it's like a huge group and they're all hanging out afterwards, you may not get that time with her. So sometimes what I'll also do, if that scenario happens, is I will say to her, you know, you guys are having such a great time. Here's what I'm going to do. Why don't I get everybody their products that I have with me tonight? Remember, always take your inventory with. You want to deliver on the spot. Super important. Okay. You don't want to have to ship stuff later. Defeats the whole purpose of having your own business and your own store. So you deliver on the spot. And then I'll pick another day, 2 days out, where I will meet with her, okay? Either in person or over the phone. We select a time and we'll go through. You know, she might want to hang with her girlfriends and enjoy that. And then I'll be like, so here's where you are so far. I think you're about, I'll kind of add up real quickly. I'll say, I think you're about like 50 bucks away. Or like you get $50 free, or you're so much away from $100 in free. I'll give her an idea of where she is, how much we have so far, and how far away she is from her next level up. And I'll say, is there anything that you wanted definitely tonight? Because I'll just leave it with her. And then we'll close everything in 2 days. Again, that allows her time to have fun with her friends that evening. It allows that time for extra, outside orders. It also allows her to, for me to come back to her and make sure I have quiet time with her, that I can book her for her next session, that I can maybe talk to her about the career opportunity, and that I can help her see who else might be in her circle of friends that we haven't talked to that could do outside orders. That quiet time with your hostess at the end is very vital. So I hope that helps. Hopes I gave you guys some ideas. Please feel free to message or comment on this video if you have any other questions about the hostess plans. But you will find other hostess plans out there, and I would encourage you to stick with these. To stick with the 3 we talked about today, the one that you can buy here on In Touch, and also the one that you can print from our Facebook page, simply because you don't want to give the whole store away. You want to make profit. And these are going to guarantee that you make profit no matter if you're brand new and your confidence is low, or you are very experienced and your confidence level is high. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.